everyone, welcome and welcome back to NCHANZPLACE. So I hope everyone is having a very good Christmas holiday season because season 1 of Secret Level in Prime is already up. All episodes are already streaming and they're awesome. There are some that are, let's say, a bit disappointing, and then there's also things that I couldn't relate to because I don't play the game, but all of them have this really good animation and I really love it. And by basic, they're already entertaining in itself, but there are really those episodes that is just super epic. And for me, for this video, I just want to rank those episodes from 15 down to 1 being the best. So let's get started. Number 15, episode 14, Honor of Kings, The Way of All Things. So this is a mobile game, based on the mobile game Honor of Kings, and also I think the main character here is also new to the game, but I really wasn't able to connect it. It is entertaining because the animation is quite good, but yeah, I was really not able to relate to this episode because I don't play in the game. Second is more or less the same because this game is new and I think it's still not released. And the number 14 in the list is the episode 11, Exodus Odyssey. This is a new game. I think it's not even released, so I was really not able to relate to it. And at the same time, I think it's a bit complex because it's a story of time dilation, something like that, like the Interstellar. But yeah, that's why I put it in number 14 because yeah, it's, for me, and as of the moment, I could not relate to that. But again, it's still very entertaining. The number 13 in my list is episode 10, Mega Man Start. So this is actually the frustrating and disappointing one because it's too short. I was actually looking forward to this one because I do play the game, and unfortunately it was just too short. And I was disappointed. The animation is quite good. I think they mentioned like Dr. Willy and the robots, all of that, but it's too short, so it's a bit disappointing. That's why it's far behind in the list. Number 12 would be episode 4, Unreal Tournament Zan. So this one I have no idea because I don't play the game as well, but it has a very good action scenes. It has like a rebel story, but I do wish it ended up like he got defeated by this menacing character. I really wish that. So it is nice, entertaining, but it wasn't there. I really wish that he got defeated. Anyway, yeah, that is my number 12. Number 11 is Concord, The Tale of Implacable. So it has like an Overwatch feel. Really good. I love how they started it, like the rescue and all of that. But in my understanding, this was actually a game that was, I think, got cancelled or something. But for me, it was just pure entertaining for the episode, and I do love it. I also dig the animation. It's quite nice. When it comes to top 10, it's now having that kind of story and more lessons feel. So I'm really into that already. That means I love the story in itself. So the number 10 is Playtime. Episode 15, Playtime Fulfillment. So it doesn't really have that a game per se, but I do like the nostalgia, the Easter eggs and all of that. There's a lot of Sony games. More or less God of War showed up, but he actually didn't do that much. I wish that they interacted with the character, but didn't. And all other games as well, like Shadow of Colossus. There's also like Easter eggs from Journey. All of that really awesome, and I love like how the character, how she's trying to go around the city and try to avoid these different characters from different games. Quite nice, really good stuff. Kevin Hart and her daughter voiced the main characters for this one. Number 9 is episode 2, Sifu. It Takes a Life. I like the story. I like the conversations. That was quite nice with the lady and the main character. Yeah, I just love it. I like the message that it takes a life to master things, and it also takes a life to fight the enemy, because I think he ages every time he dies. He resurrects, but he also ages quite a lot. So that was quite a nice concept. I think that's also from the game. Really good graphics, good good fight scenes as well. Now for the number 8 goes to episode 7, Crossfire, good conflict. So I love the story, the idea that everyone is just doing their job, doing their best, their good mission, I would say. So I really love that. And then there's two factions, but they actually, and you will realize in the end that they have actually different missions and they don't actually need to kill each other. That was quite good. They keep telling themselves that they're good. So number 7, it's actually the episode 1. They actually put episode 1 really nicely, the Dungeons and Dragons and the Queen's Cradle. When you look at it, it's just so awesome. It looks good. There's a party which consists of a paladin, a gnome, a wizard, and a droid, and they're saving this one person, bringing him to like the dragon and all of that. And the twist is, there's actually 2 twists. The first one is quite obvious, which is Tiamat comes out. I think that was kind of expected, but then I really love the idea that they finally got their cleric. I love that. It's quite nice. So yeah, I love the episode 1, Dungeons and Dragons Queen's Cradle. For number 6, I love the episode 6 also, Pac-Man Circle. So I love this. I think this is actually based on a new game, which is also based from a Pac-Man, but a darker tone, a reinvented one. It's a swordsman. What actually stands out was I was looking at the episode and I was like, this design feels very familiar, and it was confirmed by House of GOG that Pascal Blanchet actually did the concept design of it, and I was like, oh no wonder it is Pascal Blanchet. And I actually there's a statue of this one, Oracle. That one is one of my favorites, so that's why I love that episode as well. And it's grim, it's gory, I just love it. And it's Pac-Man, of course, who wouldn't like Pac-Man? Now we are in the top 5, and in the top 5 there's really a very compelling story for me, so that's more or less the criteria. So let's start with the number 5, episode 12, Spelunky Tally. Really love the story. I love the idea that every death is not just as an idea of like respawning and all of that. Every death, there's lessons that are learned. There's an experience that you've learned and gone through, and I really love that. And the character eventually learned that in this episode. It's actually a story with Anna and Liz. So Liz is like mentoring Anna or something, I guess. By the way, these characters can be played in the Spelunky 2. As a gamer, you know this. You use death actually as something that will let you learn and succeed in the different acts of the game. So this is a really nice story, and I can totally relate to it. So that's why it's in the top 5. Number 4 is episode 8, Armored Core Asset Management. So one of the main reasons I love this are 2 things. It's Keanu Reeves, and the idea that, the story that is very grim, that he thinks he's always just special. Like he's special, there's nobody like him. And just to go to the end part of it, he kills anybody who is like him, to be honest, so that he's still special. And that's crazy, and actually it relates to the game. I think in the game you will not know the background behind your missions. So the mission here was actually to kill this other armored cores, and in the end he found out that it's practically the same as him, because they're actually like augmented humans to be able to pilot these mechs, to have like a connection with them. So now one of the best as well is the conversations actually with Keanu and this AI lady in his head. I think that's really awesome. If you just listen to it, it's so nice and so funny. I just love that. So that is number 4. Number 3 in my list is episode 9, The Outer World, The Company We Keep. So this is actually a tragic story, and I really loved it. There's really heart into it. Kind of stupid love as well. So it's about Amos, who fell in love with Felicity, who is a scientist, and Amos like is the ordinary guy. He became a test subject, and Felicity has big dreams and to become Auntie Cleo. So Auntie Cleo is something in the game as well, where I think it's the how does a medicine pack that you get, a company that makes that. And in the end, he found that Amos was actually a stand-up guy, really honest. He does not lie, but in the end, he lied for Felicity because I guess he stupidly loved him. And he's like, in the end, he's like half robot. And then Felicity was like, okay, I want to chase my dream. In the end, Amos did not actually tell the report Felicity to the authorities and everything because he wanted her to succeed. So kind of stupid but very tragic. I love the story. The animation is quite nice as well, and Amos at first looks funny, but in the end you feel sad for him, bad for him for what happened. So really good story for that one. So that's number 3. Number 2, episode 3, New World, Once and Future King. So this is one of the things that is so awesome. The surprising one for me and really good. It's a story of King Elstrom. So Elstrom is actually a character in the game. It's an NPC, non-playable character, which actually tells you like some objective or some tutorials and all of that in the game. And he also says that he is previously a king, and this episode tells that. And it's so funny because Arnie did a very good job of it. And it's a story about wanting to be so much to be a king that he does everything, but he just got squashed right away by the other king because he wants to defeat the other king. So this episode tells that, but in the end he forgets that the people around him, like his squire, and they kind of went to their separate ways. And but in the end he realized, though he got that crown, he became a king of no kingdom, but he used the crown, made it, forged an arm for his squire or advisor, and then yeah, it was quite nice. It's a nice story. I really love that kind of story. There's a twist in the end. The story, like, it goes like this, but in the end it went to a good place, a good relationship. So really thumbs up to that one. That was a really surprising episode for me. Now for the last and the most epic, we all know episode 5. It was just crazy good. If this is what Henry Cavill and Prime is gonna do, please make it like this. It was so epic. Like, I was like, oh, I really did that. Especially when the Ultramarine, I think it was titled like he got one of those guys, and then he just, I think it shot him in the head, and then he just headbutt it. I was like, oh my god. They're like, it's like a matchup between a tank and the Matchbox cars. They squashed it and everything, and then it tries to mellow down, gives you a very cinematic feel when they're shooting those aliens. Really beautiful, like brilliantly done. The music as well, like boom, boom. It was awesome. And then the final act where he's fighting it seems like a sorcerer, Zinch. Really good stuff there, like a time manipulation, how that's done, and the story also of having no fear. That was really, really compelling. Awesome episode. So again, I love it. It was so epic. That's why it's number 1. There you go. That was my ranking, and I think it was already expected that episode 5, the Warhammer episode, is, I would say, number 1. I think most people would put that also either 1 or 2, I think. But I did love it. It was so epic. It was so good. There's storytelling, there's action, there's gore, everything. What was surprising was actually the episode 3. That one is actually really good. The episode for the New World, Once and Future King, that is awesome. And yeah, there's also the disappointing one, which is the Mega Man, which is just pretty short, and yeah, I got disappointed. Either way, let me know what you think about my ranking for the different episodes. Yeah, just put it down in the comment section, or you can message me as well. And let me know also what is your ranking for the different episodes. As always, if you like this video, click the thumbs up and help me share with everyone, and also subscribe to my channel, The NCHANZPLACE, so we'll have more rankings in the future. See you in the next video.